What's good, neighborhood? So, it's day 20, and we are at it again. We're taking a trip down memory lane, taking a trip through Musou history. Yesterday, we got ourselves started on the first two entries, the first two stepping stones in what would eventually become rather a rather important franchise for gaming, to be quite honest, because it showed that the beat 'em up not only had staying power, but could evolve into something bigger, or at the very least, evolve into something different, right? So with that being said, we're popping back in for another couple of PlayStation 2 classics. This time, we're going to be checking out Dynasty Warriors 4, Dynasty Warriors 5, and making the jump to the first Samurai Warriors game. So, in a way, we may not have any cooldown time because, well, tonight. Actually, no. We'll have ourselves a cooldown. I want to keep this. I want to keep the format the same. I want to keep it consistent. And I want to make sure, again, we don't get ourselves burnt out. So, we're going to be covering Dynasty Warriors 4 and Samurai Warriors the first. And then from there, for our Friday edition, we'll be covering Dynasty Warriors 5 and Samurai Warriors 2. So, still keeping it that 2-hour block of Musou and then an hour to cool down and just chill. Go over what we learned, go over what we saw. Anyways, if you're here to check out some of the even better Musou titles that have cropped up since Dynasty Warriors 2 and 3, y'all know what to do. Pull up a chair, kick up your feet, make yourselves comfy. Just remember to leave your shoes at the front door so we don't get any footprints on the tile, the carpet, or the furniture. Let's not waste any more time. It's already 5 past game time, and we got plenty more fights to pick. We got plenty more of China and Japan to trim. So let's get down to it, y'all. It's game time. Let me fire up ye old emulator. Where are we? Here's the D's, Dynasty Warriors 4. Oh my god, I can't believe I completely forgot to do that all this month. My old trademark catchphrase. One that I use so often when playing Dynasty Warriors and, Battlefield action titles. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for Musou! I feel better. Alright, let's get to it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No. How do I reset? I need to let people see the intro. Let's start with the intro. Dynasty Warriors 4. Let's get it. There we go. I feel better now. But, what do you you say we get down to it, shall we? So. Ooh, scooter. As you can see through the UI, the game has, the series has continued to lean further and further into its particular style that it's established over the course of the last few years. But there's a couple of things that were added, which will come into play in later Dynasty Warriors games. Like, for example, a versus mode. That goes into a core mechanic that was introduced in Dynasty Warriors 4. We also have challenge mode, which introduces, specialized missions and specialized combat fields for you to test your skills on. We have the encyclopedia, which is of course, the gallery showing off officers, showing off weapons, showing off items, everything you collected in the game. And then we have edit mode. Or rather, edit mode. For the first time in the series, you get the chance to not only create your own unique character, but you also get the chance to customize your bodyguards too. And there is a considerable amount of meta surrounding the bodyguard edit, let alone officer edit. Whoa, I'm sorry, Crimson Desert in 4K? Ooh. Oh no. Oh no! But anyways, now, okay, Andre, since you're here, I'm still planning on doing the whole 2 games and then cooldown. But the question is, do I go Dynasty Warriors 4 and then Samurai Warriors 1? Or do I go Dynasty Warriors 4 then Dynasty Warriors 5? Because, I mean, they all came out pretty much around the same time frame. But I wanted to definitely, make sure that I cover both the Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors lines of Musou for this, last stretch of the month for Musou May. Anywho, let's jump right into free mode. Four to 5 will do. Well, actually, how about this? We'll cover all the Dynasty Warriors games first, and then the Samurai Warriors games. Because, I mean, Dynasty Warriors is still, like, the core of the Battlefield action genre. Alright, Samurai Warriors, while still a Koei Musou game, is a bit of an offshoot, and that, now that you mention it, now that I think about it, you're right. Samurai Warriors deserves its own progressive set of streams like we're doing here with Dynasty Warriors. So, we'll finish Dynasty Warriors all the way up through Origins, and then we'll pop over to Samurai Warriors. Anywho, let's do Turban Menace. So listen up. So with Dynasty Warriors 4, Dynasty Warriors 4 took an interesting twist as far as the storytelling goes. This will be the first time in the series where you actually get, instead of character-based storytelling, it's more faction and kingdom-based. So, kind of making sure that the character's involvement, each general's involvement in the history lines up with their, actual historical timelines. As you play through certain kingdom stories, you will find out that in later stages, certain characters aren't there because they actually died at some point. But I should also tell you that this is not the only shakeup to the classic Musou formula that had been established over Dynasty Warriors 2, 3, and Extreme Legends. I can see that. I can definitely see that. So, with Dynasty Warriors 4, yeah. But look, y'all know which kingdom has my heart, right? You know which one I've played the most. But every kingdom has their starting trio, right? Wei has Xiahou Yuan, and Cao Cao. Sorry, Cao Cao, as it's pronounced in the earlier portions of the series. Shu has Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and Liu Bei. So no Zhao Yun at the start. You've got the Peach Garden Oath Brothers. And Wu had actually started with Zhou Yu, Sun Jian, and Sun Shanjian. Unfortunately, Wang Gai does not have the boat in this one. Seriously, this man peaked at Dynasty Warriors 8, but we'll cover that later. But here's what we're gonna do. Just like with Dynasty Warriors 2 and Dynasty Warriors 3, we're going to go into a Yellow Turban stage, an early stage in the game, with our main man, our headliner, the one, the only, the one-eyed gangster, Xiahou Dun. Now, remember how I said that the actual storytelling was one of the differences between 3 and 4? Difference number 2 comes in character customization and progression. So here's how it goes. All of your characters only have the one weapon. Their one signature weapon. But you'll also notice weapons now have experience levels. Your weapon can go from level 1 to level 9, and then you have to complete certain challenges in-game to unlock your character's level 10, or their ultimate weapon. As you level up your weapon, you level up your moveset. So you start with 4 attacks. At level, I believe it's level 4, your weapon goes up to 5 attacks. At level 7, your weapon unlocks its full 6-attack moveset. For equipping items, you can now equip, well, not now, but you've got a dedicated slot for harnesses for your characters to get on horseback. You have orbs, which actually confer elements on your character's weapons. So instead of having like your ultimate weapons with a built-in element, now you can just hook up an element to your character. But then there's also the items. Certain character types start with different amounts of item slots. So more powerful characters or more power-based characters like Shahodoon start with 1 item and build up to eventually, I think it's like 4 items max. But these guys hit harder. Tacticians like Zhuge Liang, they start with, I think it's like 2 or 3, and can go all the way up to like 5 items by the end of their progression. Now, seeing as how this is Shahodoon we're talking about, and seeing as how this is early game, we definitely want to make sure he's got good health points. So, bam, there we go. Now, you have your different bodyguards that you can select in your equipment as well. ROTK, Romance of the Three Kingdoms based bodyguards with, you know, Sima Shi, Sima Yan, Liu Kang, Du Yu, Sun Hao. You know, important officers in ROTK, Romance of the Three Kingdoms. You have your Koei, which is, you know, named after different Japanese folks, but also folks from the Koei development team. Hence names like Jean-Luc and Yi-1 and Gawu showing up, alongside Ieyasu and Sanzo and Nobunaga. Your mystery lineup. Pop culture references, anyone? Look, we got Costner, Schwarzenegger, Eastwood, Whitaker, Cage, Neeson, Mortensen, and Mifune. Line up the names as you go down the list. It'll make sense. And then you have the one that I've obviously been using. The one that I have obviously been using. And I was actually, oh my god, I was following a setup for, drop those for now. There we go, I was following a setup for bodyguard progression here. Yeah, that's what it was. So it was... I was going for the dragon setup for this bodyguard team. So that's bow 3 times, spear 4 times, and then sword for the remaining ranks. There we go. Sword it is. And we'll color the ladies blue. To match Shahodoon. Alright. So we got everything all set up. Let's kick it into high gear.
Insufferable rogues. All units, engage the enemies outside the castle walls. We will wipe out the enemy at the west gate. Do not fall behind Sun Jiang.
Our forces will engage the enemy at the east gate. They shall learn the might of our army. We will attempt to open the south
Y'all
gate.
hear Steve Bloom?
I've taken out an officer!
We must not fall behind.
So long as my bodyguards don't cherry pick my kills, we will be just. But I do have to keep in mind that. Oh, there we go. Set him to defense. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Dynasty Warriors 4 introduced mid-air charge attacks. These prove to be an invaluable part of your moveset. Especially with certain characters and certain weapons. Alright, let's pop over here. Wang Xiao. Now, you'll notice something. The higher your combo, the more weapon experience that you get. The higher your combo when you defeat an officer, that increases your weapon experience gain dramatically. But your combo length also determines the amount of stat boosts that you get when you get a shield or sword drop to increase your defense or your attack power from defeating certain officers as well. Ow! Who did that?
We must not fall behind.
The enemies at the west gate have been annihilated! Musou got him down. Attack him at once!
Hey, what's good, Blue? Good to see you. Now, while I could go ahead and start making my way up toward the northern part of the area, I'm gonna hop back down, move around, help out the others. And in doing so, snag me even more weapon experience. Because, yeah, I want to beef up Shaco Doom that freaking badly. Ask him, kick him! Here we go. Alright, let's check out what we got here as far as enemy units here. Okay. Target sighted. Let's do this. Ah!
Heavens, save the children of the Yellow Turban. Strike down those that do us harm.
So they summon a rainstorm with their magic. What a... I too shall join the battle.
cutscene ruined my combo.
Report. Enemy soldiers have appeared from the mist.
Well done. Now head straight for the enemy commander.
Alright, it's a good thing that I made it through. It's a good thing that I made my way over to here. Screw you, archers! No, you don't.
Think you can break through our forces? I've taken out an officer!
Bam! There we go. Ambush cleared. Now let's go ahead and pop out this side. We'll handle the enemies on the eastern side of the map, and then move our way up north and finish the fight. But yeah, I've been taking a look at some of the headlines talking about what's going on with Destiny and Marathon. Mainly with the whole, you know, end of service thing coming up. And that's, oh shit, another ambush. Hang on. Yan Zheng, you need to go.
I've taken out an officer!
Gimme.
We must not fall behind.
Then we'll pop back over this way, deal with the others. Let's also go ahead and hook it up with a save state. But yeah, seeing that basically Destiny 2 is, you know, Destiny 2 is dead because of, you know, Destiny 2 died so that Marathon could live. I am not entirely sure how to feel about that.
I've taken out an officer!
Bang! Boom!
Taken out an officer!
There we go.
The east gate has been cleared of enemies. Continue advancing towards the enemy's main camp.
Listen to that glorious Steve Blue.
Crush them in one blow!
set my bodyguards to attack. I'll take that. 10 seconds worth of Musou. 10 seconds worth of Musou. Look at that. Look at that.
I'm picking out an officer! We must not fall behind!
Alright, so we've got everything pretty much all wrapped up. What are we looking at as far as enemy units here? Oh, we got an officer over here off to the east side, off to the right. Incoming! Ow!
I'm picking out an officer!
15.
We must not fall behind!
If I got him for the...
You won't be so lucky next time.
Oh no. No. We were not withdrawing. Oh nah. Get back here. Get back here.
Crush them, Shahodoon!
That's the plan. Cao! Move! Damn it! You ruined my combo!
Picking out an officer!
Fate can be cruel.
There we go. Whew. That's a done deal. So what do we got going? There were a lot of things against Bungie. There were a lot of things going against Bungie and against Marathon when that game released. So I suppose we'll see how things shake out from there. Alright, got that. 3,500 points. And that's going to put Shahodoon to rank 14. Now you got that scimitar leveled up to level 2. Oh yeah, my baby girls are stalwarts now. And look at them stat bumps though. Yeah, the plagiarism scandal did hurt Marathon in the long run. Big time. Now, there's a few things that I need to discuss in regards to Dynasty Warriors 4. Because sitting down and playing this now, I'm being reminded of how much smoother the game experience has gotten. Especially between what they were doing with 2 and 3. Like, you already saw a massive leap in technique, massive leap in quality of life, a massive leap in refinement from one entry to the next. And here, not only are we seeing that, that kind of a jump, but instead of a drastic leap, now it's instead of being a drastic leap, now it's more of that sort of, iterative refinement that is really starting to show its colors here in 4. You are absolutely correct, Jagos. Because it was not the first time. Oh no. It was not the first time that shit happened. Speaking of custom characters, yeah, I had my guy doing his thing. Okay, so let's do like what we did yesterday. So, who do you all want to see? Who do y'all want to see get into this next? Actually, you know what we could do? I know who we'll do. Yeah. Gan Ning, the first Dynasty Warriors meme. The first Dynasty Warriors meme that didn't involve voice acting. Yeah. Yeah, that Virtua Fighter 6 stuff was looking pretty solid. Oh, wait, listen to the music. Hang on. Listen.
Cao Cao will advance from the east.
Actually, nah, let me, damn it, is there no way for me to change up the options? Because I need y'all to hear the music!
The volunteer forces may move as they like.
Get up. Gunding still has the goated Musou. Is the Warriors of Musou. I suppose it could count as one. It could. That out of the way. Don't give this character one of those 10-second Musou items. Don't do it. Don't give me the Imperial Seal. It's not gonna end well for anyone here.
Impressive.
Okay, so now they're dealing with the Phantom Soldiers down there.
Behind every spell, there is always some gimmick. Focus on finding the source.
Really sick of these jackasses. Alright, now let me get back over to where I was supposed to be going. You mentioned you got a... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I didn't equip any items on my boy. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, that's not good. That explains a lot. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Hold on. I think I actually have that on the soundboard.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's another thing I've been hearing about. Or, seeing some headlines on. Capcom doing like a Devil May Cry remake. I wonder. Here's what I'm wondering. Because, okay, listen. Consider what Capcom has done with their recent Resident Evil remakes, right? Taking the base game, prettying it up, and, basically laying them out with the new, laying them out with the new mechanics and stuff, right? So imagine Devil May Cry 1 being remade in the re-engine with gameplay polish. With gameplay that is polished up to play more like Devil May Cry 5. That right there is the kind of,
There is a way to stop these things. Keep advancing.
that's the kind of thing that feels like it's got some legs to it.
We must not fall behind.
Alright, that's one. We'll go ahead and take out the other. Right here.
The illusions will vanish now. Charge!
newcomers are all over and they have some serious talent cooking, but the old talents are doing other things. Shu Takumi, homing Donna Prices 2, did Phoenix right. You know, that's all very good questions. Oh, speaking of news stuff, and speaking of gaming news that's hit, y'all, apparently a new RPG maker's been announced. And this RPG maker is going to be built to do the 2D HD style of rendering.
Crush them in one blow.
Impressive.
Dog. Dragon's Dogma should have been Japan's Crimson Desert. It really should have. Okay. Now let's see if I can circle back around and help handle things over on the eastern side of the map. Oh no. Get back over here on this side of the gate. Hey, what's up, chap?
We must all follow your example.
coming up on 6 o'clock. So, let me get over here. Let me finish this fight. And then we'll switch to Dynasty Warriors 5 after our first break. Here we go. Ow. Ow. There we have it. 6 p.m. on the dot. Wait, let's hear the music. Yeah, that's right. That's right. $27 this time. Not enough to level up this weapon, but enough to level up my girls. Okay, party people. Let's go ahead and take our first break, and when we come back, we'll be switching over to Dynasty Warriors 5. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Hope y'all are too. Catch you on the other side. Welcome back, everybody. So, yeah. Brother had to get some water. Remember, stay hydrated. That's rule number 2. But, as promised, we're now going to be making further progress, and we're going to be stepping into arguably the most refined entry in the Dynasty Warriors series up to the point of its release. That's correct. We're jumping into Dynasty Warriors 5. And just like with 4, 3, and 2, y'all need to see the intro, because this is still my favorite intro in the series. Ooh, so exciting. There is a level of hype in that intro that, my God, just... Yeah, I legit felt some goosebumps coming up. So, with Dynasty Warriors 5, they kind of, what's the word? They changed up a few things. So, you go into camp, and that's where, that's like, the camp is your gallery. The encyclopedia covers more of the historical fiction for folks that are actually interested. And then you just have your Musou mode and your free mode. And again, they're kind of experimenting with the UI, but still refining that style that they've developed over the course of the series. And the music still fucking slaps. Now, there's an even greater focus on, discussing when each of these events are taking place. And I mean, like, not just chronological order, but the chronological year. And of course, you've got your starting characters for each kingdom. Let me go back and just pop into free mode really fast so we can do this right. Each force this time has 6 characters that you can start with. And of course, the Wei forces have the One-Eyed Killer, Xiahou Dun, Dian Wei, El Berserker, Big Boy Shu Chu, Zhang Liao, the Madman, the Pirate Captain. Well, they call him the Pirate Captain because of his hat. Waifu. And Cao Pi, son of Cao Cao, first introduced as a unique character here in Dynasty Warriors 5. For the Wu forces, you have Zhou Yu. You got the younger strategist, Lu Xun. You have Tai Shitsu. Waifu? Tomboy waifu. Sun Quan. And newly introduced as a unique character in Dynasty Warriors 5, Ling Tong. Check the weapon. And then, of course, the Shu forces. We got Zhao Yun. We got Guan Yu. Zhang Fei. Mr. Ma Chao, aka one of the survivors of Musou Endgame. The elderly archer, Wang Zhang. So basically what we have right here is the 5 tiger generals of Shu. And then we have Waifu. Notice a pattern. Oh, and also, she was introduced as a unique character right here in Dynasty Warriors 5. So pick your poison. Each force has a waifu for you to actually utilize. But as always, we're going to be exploring not just the audio-visual merits of Dynasty Warriors 5, but also the gameplay, the mechanics, how those are changed up, and we're going to be doing so through the Yellow Turban Rebellion with Xiahou Dun. First difference you should notice, outside of the UI, you have a limited number of saves per battle. The saves are infinite in easy mode, but on normal difficulty, you only have 3. On hard difficulty, you've only got 1. Now this time, for your character's weapons, you're not dealing with weapon experience or levels. Now, you're dealing with weapons and weapon weight. Medium weapons are pretty average across the board. Heavy weapons have higher attack power, but swing slower. Light weapons are a little bit weaker, but swing that much faster. You once again have your dedicated slots for mounts, elemental orbs, and items. And with your bodyguards, instead of having a squad of bodyguards that you can customize, you have specific specific characters that are bodyguards now. And their rating determines how they develop. So let's go ahead and jump into the action.
Cao Cao, lead your army east. Sun Jian, you attack the center. Meanwhile, this force of volunteers will head around to the altar in the west.
Behold the mystic ways of the Yellow Turban. God of the winds, come and prevent these foolish beasts from fouling your air.
Now, notice.
Rise! Rise and blow them away!
The character models have gotten, again, between
Stay
4
the
and
course.
5.
Aim for the one controlling the wind.
Like between 4 and 5, the character models have gotten better. The animation has actually gotten better and more refined. Oh God, archers, no, leave me alone. Leave me alone. And the gameplay has gotten a little bit smoother. And the aerial charge attacks have changed as well. Watch this. Now your aerial charge attacks are combos.
So this is to be my final battle.
Yes, it is.
Just another victory.
Raging demon. Now you see, another new thing that they actually added to the game is rage mode.
You must enter the tiger's den if you wish to catch a tiger.
Punish the foolish heathens! Shangman Shang, receive the power!
Oh!
I feel the power in my own hand.
Ow! Oh, Christ on a French fry, that hurt. Ugh.
It's over!
I need health. I need health
Open
back.
your eyes and serve the will of heaven.
No, no, no.
What happened to my soldiers? They're bewitched.
Where are the meat buns?
Do not fear. The spell will break if we cut off its source.
Okay, before something stupid happens, let me just go ahead. Ah, the wonders of emulation. Save states ahoy. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Excellent work.
Just another hit.
Get these combos! But also, there we go. But yeah, another thing about your bodyguards in this is that they act as another character. You know, and because of that, you can get the, you can get the double team Musou attacks, as you saw earlier while I was running for my life. Get these air combos!
Let the wrath of heaven fall upon you!
Oh no. Here we
Heavens!
go. Rock slides.
Slay the conjurer. Then the rocks will halt as well.
We got rock slides, we got tornadoes. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut across the midfield here. Boom. But yeah, basically, the weapon weight, all it does is determine, you know, how hard you hit per strike and how fast you swing. Your offense is still comprised of, you know, your normal attacks, your charge attacks, your mid-air normal and charge attacks, and of course, your Musous, and your archery. That's right. Thank you for that. GQ, I was actually going to take a brief moment coming up to remind folks that yes, tonight, the premiere of PHG at the Gaming Academy. So what's basically going to happen is, once we're done with this stream, we're gonna raid into GQ Asian Dude's channel, so that way we can sit down, we can watch PHG, and you know, have ourselves a good old-fashioned conversation while the convo is going on screen.
It'll take more than just you to stop me. So this is to be my final battle.
Just another victim.
Man. Shadow Dune is a savage. Shaho doing is Shaho done with everyone's shit. Now, while we're here, though, what I want to do is actually talk a little bit about the Extreme Legends expansions for each of the Dynasty Warriors games. Because those I actually have not covered as far as streaming here. But Dynasty Warriors 3 Extreme Legends, you know, introduced more of the unaffiliated characters and, you know, their factions and their Musou modes. With Dynasty Warriors 4, the Extreme Legends expansion, you know, basically brought in the unaffiliated characters as a separate kingdom whose story modes you could play through. And on top of that, it also introduced, you know, semi-historical what-if scenarios. Dynasty Warriors 5?
Now's the time to press the attack.
Oh, by the way, Crispin Cream was wrong.
You must enter the tiger's den if you wish to catch a tiger.
Just another.
So, my might was not enough.
Just another victim.
But Dynasty Warriors 5, the Extreme Legends expansion for this one brings back
We shall rebuild the
Your
land
brings
and
back
do
custom
away
characters.
with these foolish remnants of the Han. Now, baffle the fools with an invincible opponent.
it brings back your custom characters and it introduces what they call Destiny mode.
There must be some kind of device producing these phantoms.
Now in Destiny mode,
Oh, we must not let this opportunity slip away.
in Destiny mode, basically what happens is you start the game, you create your custom character, right? And then you literally play through a Musou mode built for your own specific character based on which of the main officers you choose as your mentor. And as that character grows, they level up, they get different weapons, and you eventually get to choose to take on the moveset and the weapon set of your mentor. And you should also take note that another of the expansions, I guess, to Dynasty Warriors that I haven't covered much is the Empires expansions, which start with Dynasty Warriors 4. So with Dynasty Warriors 4, Koei was really doing a lot to try and expand on the Musou formula. You know, reintroducing the tactical gameplay from their Romance of the Three Kingdoms and Kessen games into their Battlefield action mode. That. Them aerial raves. But yeah, Andre, Dynasty Warriors 5, the intro for this is so smooth. Damn it, the bodyguard cherry-picked my kill. You know what, let me set you back to defense. Alright, let me get around here up this back way real quick. Alright, that's all she wrote there. Uh-oh. 10 seconds of Musou.
Come, hit me with everything you got.
Be careful what you wish for, homeboy.
So, my might was not enough.
Just another victim.
He said, hit me with everything you got. And Shahodu said, say less. Like, oh,
Now is the time to press the attack.
hit you with everything I got, huh? Okie dokie.
Time to crush the enemy's morale.
Speed is of the essence. Follow me.
Alright, let's make our way up these stairs and go beat up PP Jesus. But anyways, GQ, how's the rest of your week been so far? Phantom soldiers.
Is this how I'm to meet my end?
Just another
Ow.
Heaven has called for the creation of a new world. You dare resist the way of peace?
Ow! Oof. Okay, yeah, that was just a bit.
Heaven will never succumb to villains like you.
Alright. This is where things are gonna get a little touch and go. Let's deal with these two.
We've thwarted their magic. Take down Zhang Xiao.
Alright. I got 30 seconds worth of attack up. Let's see if this will,
That's it. That is how it's supposed to be done.
My might was not enough.
just another victim.
It's over!
Oh no! I see health!
It's over!
Alright. Checkpoint captured. $5.99. 600.
You've been training hard.
Let's get that defense up. Get back up here and deal with Hippie Jesus. No, you don't. Don't do that.
Heaven above, grant me even greater strength!
Come on, get up. Gotcha.
My soul shall not descend to
There we go.
Just another victim.
someday the era of peace.
Infidels! You will spread your heresy no more!
Thanks for the sub. There we go. Now we're starting to get some items. We're starting to get some decent stuff here too. $650. Oh wait, no, that's how many points I got. 604 is the number of actual bodies I dropped over the course of this last 22, 23 minutes. Now you see, here's the thing. Here's what they like to do to you in this game. If you find something like a third rank weapon, like Shahoodun's Kirin Blade, and if you find it early in the game, they'll make it heavy. So they will, in a way, they will punish you big time for trying to cheat, essentially. But you know what? I'll still take it. Yo, my man's got a cool 1,000 experience. Very nice. And with that, we've created our first set of new data for Dynasty Warriors 5 right here. It's good stuff. It's damn good stuff. Now, I made mention of waifus earlier. Waifu, waifu, or waifu. I'm gonna let y'all pick red, green, or blue. Oh, actually, we don't have that much time left, do we? At least not until we should be getting into our cooldown phase. And I am still very much of the opinion that Dynasty Warriors 5 is the best she has built. I love this character design on just baddie right from the jump. Oh, excuse me. Alright, let's get in this last little bit, and then for our cooldown game today, we'll actually swap back over to the PS5, and we'll load up the first Descendant. I haven't got a major update today, so we'll get the chance to, you know, sit down, dig into that a little bit before we switch over to PHG.
Meanwhile, this force of volunteers will head around to the altar in the west.
Yeet!
Behold the mystic ways of the Yellow Turbans.
Stay the course. Aim for the one controlling the wind.
So this is to be my final battle.
Yet another officer bows before me.
Okay. Alright, now let me just run through here so that way I don't get ground into paste by that tornado.
Punish the foolish heathens! Zheng Mon Sheng, receive the power!
Oh, I feel the power in my own hands.
Ugh. Get slapped up and then get the boot.
Just swallow them whole.
Yet another officer bows before me.
Open your eyes and serve the will of heaven.
What happened to my soldiers? They're bewitched.
Do not fear. The spell will break if we cut off its source.
Yes, it will. And we're finna cut off its source real quick. But if there's one thing that y'all should notice over the course of all this time that I spent playing these Dynasty Warriors games, like the core Dynasty Warriors games, that the Yellow Turban Rebellion is a really good level for learning the mechanics. And I can tell you right now, that tradition continues. That tradition continues further on. Because tomorrow we're going to be jumping into the PS3 era of Dynasty Warriors, with Dynasty Warriors 6 and 7.
Speed is of the essence. Follow me.
Damn, it's over already.
Yet another officer bows before me.
So you must be looking for trouble.
Looking for trouble. Brother, I am trouble. Get up.
So this is to be my final battle.
Yet another officer bows before me.
Excellent work.
Now for the rock slide.
Slay the Conjurer. Then the rocks will halt as well.
Slay the Conjurer? Done deal. Alright, we'll give it just a couple more minutes. So what I'll probably wind up doing is taking over this area right here. I'll take this area, use an interim save, and then we'll cut to our last intermission before we switch over to the first descendant.
Yet another officer bows before me.
There it is. And we're actually just in time. So we'll go ahead. We'll do the interim save. And then we'll do the save state as well. Just to, oh. Let's try that again. There we go. Alright, so, with that, let's go ahead and cut over to our final intermission for the day. Then we'll come back for the first Descendant, and then we'll move straight from there to the premiere of PHG. Don't go away.
You ready? Yo, I'm something like a liger, eye of the tiger, heart of a lion, spit venomous like spider. Hand me the mic. Prior to these wannabes and liars, fiddle rap for Messiah. They the gas, I'm the fire. It's kill or be killed in these streets that I scout, which leads me to weed in the mouth and plant my knee in your mouth. Get punked like I'm the predator, ahead of ya, ahead of my time. I got news for my competitors. We merciless, cause it's demanded, ill and dithyrambic. 99% skill and I'm just kicking in. Cause greetings to your disadvantage. Swung in my fist landing, cracked your mandibles, leaving your right side of your face slanted. Now rob me for mine, disrespect my grind. Better run and hide and hope I don't find. Got payback on my mind, I'm a beast. I promise more than teeth marks. Stay in the house, now that's using your street smarts. Check it out, 1, 2, beast mode, what you wanna do? Yes, y'all, you merciless, and until now, you ain't never heard of us. Check it out, 1, 2, beast mode, what you wanna do? Yes, y'all, you merciless, we dangerous. Automatic, diplomatic, systematic, sticking at the sickest pattern. Listen as I discombative amateurs. Make your soul deviate, put your carcass in the grave. Homies try to mediate, I'll squeeze your brain in canisters. Put your mind in blenders, and guess what's for dinner? Vertebrae is murder day, it's best that you surrender. I can tell you tender, smell the blood from your injury. Breathe as you plead for remission, cause you enter without permission, trespassing, yo, that's instant dimples to your temple. Die already, let's make it simple. I'm the beast to the feast, I'm hungry, so let's eat. I want your rib cage meat, stuck in between my teeth. Delicatessen, dressing in decadence. Nobody will find you, I'll eat up all the evidence. Carnivore versus herbivore, my heart plays a different melody than yours. You ain't never heard before. Check it out, 1, 2, beast mode, what you wanna do? Yes, y'all, you merciless, and until now, you ain't never heard of us. Check it out, 1, 2, beast mode, what you wanna do? Yes, y'all, we merciless, and until now, you ain't never heard of us. Check it out, 1, 2, beast mode, what you wanna do? Yes, y'all, we merciless, and until now, you ain't never heard of us. You ain't never heard of us. You ain't never heard of us. You ain't never heard of us.
All right, everybody. So, we're going to go ahead and make this nice and quick. Get ourselves all queued up and ready as we jump back into the first Ascendant. Oh, and we got some freebies. I'll take the freebies. I will take them freebies. But also, Ultimate Essimo. My man finally gets his armor-plated glow-up. Oh, that is a cool new intro screen. I like that. Yes. It's go time. Medical support operation. I'm sorry, what? Firstly, I'm gonna need this thing to stop jumping around like that, and Ines and that. What are y'all doing to us, people? Come on. Okay, so we got bounty operations and onslaught mode finally released. That's nice. What the? Why? 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 Esimo designed the horse helmet himself? What? As a result, even Lepic and Blair turn. Yo. Esimo made something so horrible that even the other two of the Three Stooges said no. Oh my god, that is fantastic. Huh. Okay, that mask looks dope. That mask looks dope as hell. And the outfit to go with it ain't too bad either. Okay. Then we got that same mask for the girls too. Oh, right on. Oh, that is so cool. That intro is fire. Literally. Yeah, no, that's... I'm not going to argue with you there. Okay, let's see how else this game's gonna attack our wallets. Oh, brother.
Back to the gulag I go!
Look, they got me over here like Smallville, like... I'll just add that to the favorites. dog. That's just fucking glorious. Oh, she got a little intro with her too. Nah, bruh. Got Harris, goddess of blacksmiths. That makes sense. I mean, all I have to say is,
yeah, that makes sense.
but also, wow. Look, the best part about this is that you can actually legitimately look at these designs and go, I can see where they're going with this based on the characters, and it looks fucking sick. Because, I mean, the gold-plated arm and then, you know, the extra grappler arms, like the way they did those up, is dope as hell. And then you look at the rest of her and you're just like,
Back to the gulag I gotta go.
It's layered cheesecake. It is layered multi-tier cheesecake. Oh, and then there's this one. I'm sorry, which one's Bunny? What? Membership exclusive rewards. This drift shit is really getting ridiculous. A brown baby bear! We have a baby bear to match Archie! Oh wait, hold up. There was one more.
Back to the gulag I go!
Yep. Yep. Alright, so let's see what my boy... Oh, that's Ultimate Esimo's freaking unique skin? God, look at this man! My guy is looking some kind of... Did they put Soul Bad Guy into the first fucking Descendant? Because, I mean, this feels like that's what they were trying to do. I need this. And that's all I have to say about that. So, since we're actually here, let's get down to, you know, playing the game instead of just looking at it. Oh, wait, that actually reminds me, though. Hold up. I need to double check something. Can we still get the... Okay, dope. We can still get this skin. Good, because I do eventually want to snag that. But, I know we said we were going to get down to playing the game instead of just looking at it, but... Y'all. Okay, that's enough of that. So... While we're here, though, let's go back. Let's have ourselves a quick discussion about what we saw with Dynasty Warriors 4 and Dynasty Warriors 5. Now, again, both of those games... What both of those games symbolize for the series, especially on the PS2, is growth. It's evolution. It's finally hitting your stride and then running even further with the ball. amorphous material pattern. They're going. Wait, they're going back to the amorphous materials now? Interesting.
This is HQ. Troops are on the ground. Transport is en route to standby position. Best of luck, descendants.
Alright, that should have us all sorted out there. But yeah, it does look like they're going to be doing a... Well, let me get back to what I was talking about earlier, though. Like with Dynasty Warriors 4...
This is HQ. Enemy reinforcements incoming. Requesting strike.
Koei really leaned more into the... No, really more into the Chinese theming of the game. And... not just with the soundtrack, but also with the character designs, it paid off. It paid off in spades. And then with Dynasty Warriors 5, they said, okay, let's dial back a little bit on the Chinese and start leaning more into the hard rock. And between that and what they did with the character progression and with just how much work was put into the series as a whole, it really did feel like, it really did feel like the series had hit a point where they just, everything was clicking for them. So remember how I compared Dynasty Warriors 2 to Street Fighter 2 and Dynasty Warriors 3 to Super Turbo? Dynasty Warriors 4 would be Street Fighter Alpha. And Dynasty Warriors 5 would be Street Fighter Alpha 2. And yes, you heard that right. Alpha 2, not Alpha 3. That comes later. that.
Completed. Awaiting transfer to transport position. Well done, Descendant.
Alright, let's go ahead and... Damn it! In negotiations on the new computer? Right on. Weekly challenges for the season. Okay.
Well, hello.
We pop back into HQ and all of a sudden, we SpongeBob. Bikini Bottom.
If it's new research, I'm listening.
Okay, so what's the story with Ultimate Esmo? Amorphous material pattern. Ultimate Esmo required. And where do I get those? Shipping device. Exposed underwater base, huh? Okay. Might be able to start grinding for him pretty quick then. You're asking the $64,000 question, my friend. When is Magister Mommy going to be available? That's cool. Oh, we got some stuff in the Lost and Found? Oh, just that. Okay, that black and blue on Ultimate Ajax is, ooh, that's sick. I like it. Alright, let's check our... I haven't done a damn thing with the arcade tuning yet, have I? I'm gonna need to fix that. Okay, let's see what the deal is with the amorphous material. Oh, we can do shape material straight from the menu. Interesting. Okay, there is definitely some interesting stuff here. Oh, 7:35. We are 25 minutes out from the premiere of PHG, everybody. Don't forget. Don't forget. Please. Please stick around for PHG, and not just for, you know, hanging out with us in the chat, but also we'd like to get your thoughts on the format of the show itself, because, you know, I feel like it's something that's going to be a really cool supplement to what we've got with the Gaming Academy. Exactly. With Pearl Abyss, they have been updating Black Desert Online constantly, and they are still updating Black Desert Online. And they're taking that MMO update structure and applying it to an offline single-player experience.
Large-scale Vulgus transfer confirmed. Descendant, stop the enemy troop deployment.
Oh, you better believe Crimson Desert is built different. Pearl Abyss is built different. I mean, that would be like if Neoplay actually decided to bring Dungeon Fighter Online to consoles as a single-player title, or at the very least as an offline title, and keep updating it with as much content as they have with DFO.
Transport has dropped a wide-ranged shaping charge on the ground. We need it to purify the void energy. Prime the detonator with your arcade, then hit the detonation device.
this right here. Drop you, drop you. And boom.
Watch carefully. Take this. This ultimate shield. Take this. Stay where you are.
Drop that blast right there.
You can't escape.
A whole lot of ice.
I'll ice you all. Take this. Freeze. They'll get you later. Shall we race? One icicle coming up.
Say less, fam. I got you.
Stay where you are.
Mission complete. Transport inbound. See you soon.
And that's a done deal. We're at 30. Okay, we're at arcade tuning level 36. You said where Bethesda thinks they're a rock star. No, you're right. The old guard did lose their talent and their passion. Okay, so what they got in the... Oh no! Oh no! What are we seeing? Why does my man's look like he got the Super Bowl beer hat? He went all the way redneck. What the hell did... Oh my god. Okay, that ice blue fits kind of dope. But Esimo, my guy, what are you doing? I
have several questions.
And then we go from that to this. The dichotomy of the first descendant, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, well, that's cute. But that... Wow. But anywho, we got ourselves a little bit more.
Back to the gulag I go.
Let's try this again. We got ourselves a little bit more time, so we'll run through a couple more missions. You know, try to build up Frena's, not Frena. Try to build up VS's arcade tuning factor, so that way I can really start, you know, min-maxing and customizing her stats. But like, I'm still the hype is real for PHG, y'all. Seriously, I am so excited for everybody to see this. Like, I am the hype. That's me right now thinking about the show, okay? So we'll go ahead and run through this one more time. Whew. And I'm sorry, I will also forever be proud of this rogue cosplay that I did for VSA.
Troops are on the ground. Transport ship will remain on standby for air support. Good luck, descendants.
Specialized Vulgus aircraft detected. That aircraft is used to fly through void storms. It must be shot down.
Shot down, you say? Done. those out. And let us continue.
I see a gap in the enemy's air defenses. We can provide air support. Ground troops, awaiting your signal.
But yeah, if you want like a good representative of France when it comes to game development, that goes to Sandfall and Ad Hoc Studios. Basically, you know, ex-Ubisoft folks. Alright, that's one down. Where are you? Where'd you go?
Operation completed. Awaiting transfer to transport position. Well done, Descendant.
Landed just in time to die. Alright, so, you know what? We're not going to have too much time left before we need to switch over. So, we will do our character maintenance here. Yep, that's our character maintenance right there. And, you know what? Let's call it for this stream, huh? All right. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out with me for these last few hours. It's been a lot of fun, again, revisiting both Dynasty Warriors 4 and 5, as well as, as well as getting in some time with the new update for the First Descendant. Now, we'll definitely be digging into it more, but as it stands, we got something special coming your way. So, just keep your eyes peeled. Stay right here, because again, we are actually going to go ahead and raid into GPHG's channel, so that way we can chill in the chat, watch PHG, have ourselves a good old-fashioned shit chat, a sit down. But trekking through more of Musou history with all of you here over the past month, and especially the last couple days, has been a treat. This last leg of Musou May is especially meaningful for me because of just, because of my history with the earlier dynasty games. And I hope that's a history that, I hope those are some memories that y'all may have formed for yourselves. But, with all that out of the way, let me go ahead and hit y'all with the daily reminder and send y'all over to PHG with a little something positive. Listen up. A simple reminder today. Life is happening now. Right this second. Every second. Every day. Life is happening. Don't let it slip away. It's all about picking your moments. Keeping your eyes out for those moments. Hell, taking the time to, enjoy the sunrise or the sunset, depending on where you're at. Because really, you only get one shot at it. And you gotta make the best of it. You gotta make the best of it. Right? So take that time to appreciate not just your surroundings, take that time to appreciate your hobbies. Hell, take that time to even appreciate your fears, your weak points. Because if nothing else, your weak points give you a place to strive, a place to improve, a chance to evolve. Do what you can do. And, Jagos, you said it perfectly. Make the best of the 24 hours you have each day. But on that note, stick around through the end credits, because we'll be jumping over to PHG afterwards. But, until tomorrow, when we cover Dynasty Warriors 6 and 7, jumping over to the PS3 era of Musou history, this has been your favorite rookie. And remember the 4 big rules of hanging out with said rookie. Stay happy, stay hydrated, stay gaming, and as always, stay good, neighborhood. Stick around for PHG, coming up next.